Welcome to CryptoWise. It is a beautiful Tuesday, and I have my good friend Milton still in my house.
Hello. It's not that beautiful. Wow, it was getting ugly last night. I was watching my fortune dwindle.
Dwindle and dwindle quickly. There is blood out there, ladies and gentlemen, but when there is blood, there is buying opportunities and some amazing projects that we've been talking about that we always say it, Milt.
Yeah.
Don't FOMO in, buy the dips. These are the days that I look forward to.
AHS always have stables. That's for days like today because we got sales going on. It's like Walmart out there.
It's like Walmart. It's sale day. If you've been listening and you've been taking those profits and you've been doing what you should be doing, you should have a nice little bag of stables and you should be buying some dips. Not financial advice, of course. But at the end of the day, I'm not suggesting you FOMO all your stables in. You average in. No matter what you do, you average in. But yeah, we have seen some blood in the market here, Milt. And but we're seeing it stabilize quite a bit. We're seeing it come up here and stabilize. It'll be interesting to see what happens. We do have we've got a exciting episode ahead.
Oh yeah, I'm excited about today's show. We got an amazing guest today, Kyle Chasse. This guy has been in crypto for a while. He's in everything. This guy knows his stuff. We've been watching him for a long time. You guys have probably seen him on other crypto shows. He's also got his own channel. He's the CEO of Paid Network. He's the master disruptor of Master Ventures. That's his kind of venture capital company that he buys into projects with. And then of course, he's the CEO of Paid Network, which is a great launch pad, one of the biggest and best launch pads in the game.
You know what else? I've been loving watching his show. He's got they're creating some amazing content that I think everybody should go out and check out on their YouTube channel as well.
100%. And today's the best day. Like, we scheduled this a while ago, but it's amazing to have Kyle on today's show because he can, on the down days, that's when you want to be talking to guys like Kyle, see how they're reacting, what they're doing, because when it's a buying day, you want to know what other guys are doing, especially guys like Kyle.
Yeah, absolutely. No question about it. If you haven't already, please do us a huge favor and smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel and make sure to click on that little bell. That bell's going to get you real-time alerts when we drop live. And of course, our Twitter at CryptoWise Daily. And to our entire beloved CryptoWise family, make sure to join us on Telegram at CryptoWise Official. We are 24/7 in our Telegram chats.
Also, if you just want to listen to us and you don't want to have to worry about looking at our beautiful screens, we are now in podcast form. Now, just to explain, the podcast is not a different show. It's just all our YouTube videos just in audio format. So, when you're going for a run or, you're on the bus or wherever you are, you just pop us in your ears and there you go. Crypto, right?
If you want,
anywhere you go, we are following you.
That is right. If you want to hear Milton and I banter it out, hash it out.
Bicker like old grumpy men.
Yeah, I love the grumpy old men comments we've been getting as of late there, Milt.
All right, Marv, let's get to Kyle because I have so much I want to talk to Kyle about. Let's bring him in because we can't keep these crypto wisers waiting any longer. Here he is, the man, the one and only Kyle Chasse. Hello, brother. Welcome to the show.
Hey guys, how's it going?
It's awesome, man. So glad to have you here.
Yeah. It's we're thrilled to have you here. I guess the first obvious question is, you've been in crypto a long time. You've seen everything. How do you react to the last, say, 24 hours when we're on this down? We're on a bit of a dip. Things got a little bit scary last night when Bitcoin went down to about I hit 58 something. I think. What's your reaction to this the latest dip?
I mean, I haven't even been paying attention. I was just right before the show, I was selling some alts to get some ETH to buy the perfect Bored Ape, and it sold 30 minutes ago.
No,
I was going to buy it, the one I wanted. It was perfect. It was cool, and I always learned the lesson with NFTs, always buy two because you're going to get emotionally attached to at least one of them. And then you can always take profits later when you feel like it. But you're not going to say, if you just have one that's an epic blue chip or something, you're not going to sell it ever, right? Forget about that. So I haven't even really paid attention to the markets. It's not necessarily true because I did have a call with my fund actually before that. And we did talk about buying opportunities. And We did buy some DOT just because we're big believers in the polkadot ecosystem. And what else did we? Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking at. I haven't actually looked at charts yet to see what else I would buy, but like, there's no way in hell, in my opinion, that the market's going like that we're in any type of bear market or anything. I think this is a perfect buying opportunity, in my opinion, with like recent infrastructure bill, $1 trillion being to be printed and minted and distributed. That inflation, obviously, smart money is going to go into a deflationary sound money ecosystem. So I think we have a long way to go. There's a lot of people speculating that December we might mimic 2017. I also don't feel that way. It's a totally different market. Like, these dips don't bother me whatsoever.
Yeah, we feel the same way here. We try to really talk to our audience about always having a strategy, always have stable coins on hand for these times, because these can, they're going to happen even in the bullish of bull runs. They're going to happen. But we've got a smart man on the line when he's buying Polkadot.
Yeah, we do.
Because Polkadot is by far our favorite network here on CryptoWise. We talk about it all the time. And actually, I want to check in with you on the crowd loans. We got to check in on the crowd loans. We do that every day. But first, let's talk about other layer ones. So you bought some Polkadot today. We know you're super into the Polkadot ecosystem, and we'll zero in on some of the specific projects that you're in on. But I wanted to kind of first ask you in general about layer ones, other layer ones, where there's so many now. This time last year, we were really still only talking about Ethereum, and Binance Smart Chain was kind of peeking its head above water. Now we've got Solana has an amazing ecosystem. Avalanche is on its way up. Phantom kind of comes in and out. Binance Smart Chain's still there, still hanging on, still a big chain. Maybe give us, what do you think your top 5 layer ones, and we do include Polkadot in this, even though it's a layer 0, but we will combine Polkadot and Kusama into one. What would be your top 5 layer 1 ecosystems right now?
Well, it's definitely not Cardano. That was for sure. I would say that like, Solana is great. It's a super high valuation. I at this point, depends what people's strategy is, right? So like, I would probably I've bought my Bitcoin that I have a long time ago. It's put to the side. I'm probably never going to buy Bitcoin again, and I'm never going to sell the Bitcoin I have. At this point, it's just too stable. Even the Fidelity report recently said it will go up to $10 million by 2035, which I believe to be true. When that happens, I would be incredibly happy. But I think that if we now on the profit, like if you're going into microcaps and they do a 10x or 15x or whatever, and you're taking profits, like take profits into now what we're seeing as kind of these other layer 1 blue chips that have kind of solidified themselves as a blue chip, right? So like, you're going to see way more value appreciation, something like Solana, than you would Bitcoin, in my opinion, over the next 5 years, as far as multiples that will increase. So I like Solana, although I think it's still quite high. I think that there's also some very, very interesting ones coming up. One that's completely under the radar, that we started talking to, engaging, and helping them market the project, because they're doing a horrible job marketing, but technology is amazing. This is definitely going to be a gem for your channel. They just rebranded to Everscale. So the ticker is Ever, EVER. I'm actually front running myself on this because I haven't bought any yet. But it's sitting somewhere around a $250 million market cap. That means there's still an easy 100x to go in this project. What's the market cap right now?
We got the market cap here, 241 million.
Yeah, it's a steal, man. These guys. So basically, the story behind Everscale is Telegram. If you guys can remember from 2018, was building. They were building Telegram, and they had to basically bow out, and they had completed like 75-80% of a layer 1 blockchain, and these developers took over, and started building it, or started finishing up the job. And this mainnet has been live for like, I don't know, a year and a half or something like that. The thing is, has an incredible ecosystem. I wish I would have shared the infographic with you before, but they've already got bridges built to all kinds of different ecosystems, EVM, Avalanche. I think they're working on Solana, but obviously BSC and Ethereum. They've got DEXs built already. They've got a whole ecosystem. It's incredibly fast. It's actually, it scales. It goes quicker as more and more nodes are operating. It should be, it should have, sub-second finality like Solana, and really, I think 60. I don't know if it's 60,000 transactions per second or something more. I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but it's definitely um, I think best value or risk reward ratio at this point, especially if they get some help with marketing, which we intend to do.
Wow, I love it. Everscale, guys. The ticker there on that one again is Ever, EVER. Check it out. Always do your own research.
It's not really trading anywhere that interesting yet either, which could be which is actually good for someone who wants to get in now.
Yeah, it's always a great opportunity when you have to go into these kind of smaller exchanges, because once it hits the Binance or the Coinbase or whatever, and game over. Game over. That's awesome. That's a great one. But maybe not from an investment standpoint. I'm just curious. So like you wake up, you're doing your crypto day to day. What chains are you actually using? Like which ones do you actually go do some swapping, doing liquidity pools or anything? Which ones are you using on a day-to-day basis right now?
99.9% is BSC and Ethereum, and I don't trade. I don't really add liquidity. I got too much going on for all that stuff. But 99% of most of the coins that we hold are BSC and Ethereum. Now, another layer one that I hold a good chunk of that I was advising for a while is Hathor. Hathor is a good one. They could use some help with marketing, and they need to figure out the bridges and how to get out of self-life. They're basically in quarantine right now. You can't. They can't. They're not connected to anything. As far as I last checked, maybe that's changed. It's been a few months since I looked, but people are extremely bullish on it right now. It's only been around for maybe 6 months, and it's had some really strong price appreciation recently. 189 is tremendous. It just passed $1 like 3 weeks ago or something like that. So, so this is catchy on. What's the market cap?
So market cap of this one is 342 at the moment. It's the 263rd ranked coin right now. The ticker is HTR, Hathor.
You still have tremendous room on this one. You're still talking about a 50 to 80x potential in this. In the kind of, if it gets the right type of narrative, maybe you don't see it this bull run, but maybe you see it next one. And we can talk about my theory on cyclical runs and cycles.
Let's get it. Let's get into that right now, because that's a big debate, with everyone in crypto. Obviously, those of us who were around last time, who were jumping on the jumping for joy when Bitcoin hit 20 grand and stuff, and then the crash happened, and it was a bear market and a winter for 2 years. A lot of us are wondering, is that going to happen again? Is that the normal cycle? Are we going to see the normal cycle again? So what are your views on that?
So quickly, two more, since you said ask for 5. I think Elrond and even in layer 1 gaming solution. Well, actually, I got a few for you. Actually,
yes.
So Elrond, Ultra.io, even though you might not think of it as layer 1, it definitely is. They forked EOS, so they built a gaming blockchain. So I've been an advisor for them in 2018. I know the team; they're incredible. What is that, Elrond? Yeah.
This is the Myar exchange, and I think Myar went live. I was looking at my Myar app this morning, and I saw the MEX token in there. I'm actually hanging out with Marv. I'm staying at Marv's place right now, and I can't get rid of him, Kyle. But my Elrond, I don't have access to it, so I haven't been able to claim my MEX tokens yet.
I was on exchange, dude. Binance probably got all my fucking tokens.
Oh, no.
That's all right. Oh,
I want my MEX. I want my MEX.
No.
But yeah, we're huge on Elrond too here. Sorry, go on. What was that game? What was the gaming one you were talking about?
Ultra.io.
Ultra.
Yeah. So I think it's still undervalued. Like, think about layer 1 blockchain built for games, and they're also actually going to disrupt Steam. Steam made a critical mistake, suicide basically, when they announced that they wouldn't accept cryptocurrency.
Absolutely.
Or NFTs. And Ultra has basically been working since 2017 to build this platform to disrupt Steam. They felt Steam was clunky and old and didn't have a fair share revenue model and blah, blah, blah. So they want to build a nice circular token economy where Like there's a lot that goes on in Ultra from a token ecosystem, which is beautiful. And these guys already have like AAA games lined up for distribution. The distribution model is way more fair than something like Steam, but they also have cool things built in too, like beta testing for players who can earn tokens, right? So imagine being a 13-year-old kid and like being able to go test a new video game and earning money to do that. So like cool things like that. So Ultra IO, and then another one too. If you know, for in the Polkadot ecosystem is Affinity. Affinity is going to be,
of course, we've been talking about that.
Yeah.
And then
Affinity, we're excited about for sure, and that token's out right now. Where would you stand? So because we've been talking about Affinity here on the channel, and because the token is out already, but they're going to be launching a crowd loan for a parachain. Where are you at with buying the token now? That's because it's already on the market, or lending DOT to get or Engine to get some Affinity through the crowd loan. What would you advise? Which way would you advise right now if someone was looking at Affinity?
It's a tough question that I'm not prepared to answer. I know that if you contribute one DOT, I think it's 9, more or less on average, 9 EFI per year. So if you're putting in 10, you're going to get 90. I would probably personally just buy the token. I don't know. Have they announced their parachain?
Not yet.
No, they haven't announced fully, but they are on the list. They're on the list, so it seems like they're going to do one. I did hear one thing. I did hear is that you could stake not only DOT, but you'll be able to stake Engine tokens for their crowd loan as well, which is different.
So I would just buy the tokens straight up, and then you have that's personally what I would do. You know, I invested in the private sale, so I got a lot, and I'm still thinking about contributing to more than likely going to contribute into the crowd loan, because it is a really good deal. I am holding my DOT anyway, and I'm not going to sell it, and I think Affinity is going to be huge, and so it seems quite obvious to me. I mean, it's by Engine, and Engine's the biggest crypto blockchain gaming company that exist. So they're obviously going to be able to push everything there. And then this is something that is unannounced, but since I think that I think your channel is maybe similar in size to mine, so maybe we don't get a whole lot of viewers on it, which is actually nice. So I can kind of say some things to your viewers only. But we've been and this is not news actually, but the way that we're going to roll out this announcement is going to be very big. But if you've been following Paid Network at all, we've been building Paid Chain for a while, which is in Substrate and Polkadot as well. The website's super outdated. So we're doing an entire rebrand, an entire new website, entire new narrative on this layer 1 blockchain that we're building. And it's, of course, what Master Ventures, our parent company, has been focused on, is going to be the narrative of the layer 1. And I can't tell you more than that, but I think people can draw their own conclusions.
That's exciting. So super exciting.
We're really excited about this.
That's huge.
I think that we can be on the same level as like Solana, for example, within some time. We have.
Is there a time frame? Is there a time frame at all set for an ETA on it?
Yeah, so we plan on connecting to Rococo within. I mean, my team hates when I say timeline, because how development is. But I guess to be conservative, I'll say what we expect to connect to Rococo within 30 days to test net, and then I expect the crowd loan to be somewhere in Q1.
Well, this is a kind of a good segue into the crowd loan discussion. I do want to go back to the cycle discussion, because I want to get your thoughts on that. But just because we've been telling our CryptoWisers in terms of our crowd loan strategy, and we've been saying this for a while, is we've been seeing obviously we both went in on a Kala, but we're skipping Moonbeam. But obviously those are the two giants right now, and they're going to go 1-2. But for us, part of our big strategy is holding back a lot of our DOT for projects, knowing that there are going to be amazing projects like you out there that are eventually going to be part of these crowd loans. So not spending all our DOT all up front here, but participating, but not putting a ton in, holding a bunch back for more projects as they come out.
We've seen we've seen that these early parachain auctions are incredibly in demand, and that they're offering a huge amount of incentive in it, and that's kind of a good thing, kind of a bad thing, right? So if they're distributing a heavy amount of tokens in the ecosystem for participating, you're going to get a lot of inflation, which is going to bring, you're going to get tokens, but people will be selling those off, creating a lot of sell pressure into the market. And really, like we've seen also from Kusama, the barrier to entry, dropping quite dramatically after the first, 5 or 10 parachain slots. Then it becomes a lot less competitive than early on.
Yeah, for sure. Although still crazy numbers like,
Crazy
shout
numbers.
out to Quartz, because I think you guys are you guys also in on Unique Network? Because we love Unique Network here, and we think they're going to be huge. So shout out to them. They won the last parachain yesterday. That's amazing. But even Pioneer Network, the week before, 209,000 Kusama locked in. It's just amazing. Like the numbers here are incredible. I can't wait to see where we're at when, all 48 of these Kusama parachains are up. It's going to be such a huge part of the Kusama tokenomics locked up.
I think if you aggregate both Moonbeam and Akala, you're talking over $3 billion in DOT committed, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Unbelievable.
It's incredible. Anyone on this existing batch of Polkadot other than Akala Moonbeam that you're looking at? So we're going to get the first 5 parachains here. A-Star, Parallel, Clover, Manta. Anyone on this list that you got a horse?
Well, you're an advisor on LittenTree, aren't you?
Yeah. So I'm very bullish on LittenTree. I like the team a lot. I'm a little bit like, I'm in a little bit of a different position than most people. Like I think parachain crowd loans have proven to be extremely lucrative, and a great opportunity, especially if you plan on holding Kusama or DOT for a long run, put that money to work. I think there's also someone that's like, there's a couple of projects that are doing like liquid staking on DOT or something, right? Where you can basically, I don't know.
Akala definitely is doing that, where they'll turn your crowd loan DOT into liquid DOT so that you can trade it, you can use it within their ecosystem, and then you would need that back to claim your DOT. So if you sell it or swap it, then someone else.
Parallel is also allowing you to lend on it, which is interesting as well.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, so let's go back to the cycle conversation, because I want to get your thoughts on this. We started it and I cut you off, but those layer ones are amazing, guys. This guy, Kyle Chasse, he doesn't fool around. Okay, he's not. We're not talking around the bushes here. This guy comes loaded. All right, he's already thrown like 10 projects at us here. So I go.
By the way, Kyle doesn't have a winter. You talked about the winter. He moved south. He's in the sunshine 24/7. There's
south.
no
he's
wind.
like west or east.
Well, yeah,
wherever.
I know. Well, he's where the heat is, though.
Yeah. And well, speaking of heat, we got to talk about crypto land in a few minutes. But come on. We got to let Kyle talk here. All right, Kyle, let us in on your cycle. What do you think about the cycles? Well, are we going to hit another crypto winter, or is this different? Super cycle, or what's going on?
Well, I think, so this is a very unpopular opinion, but just kind of what my gut tells me, like, and I've been in the space for 10 years. I guess that's worth something. Like people that are typically, I hear a lot of people say that, that we're repeating 2017. We expect to see parabolic gains in December with the blow off top and blah, blah, blah. And then going into multi-year bear market. I just don't see that happening, like, at all. So we have a totally different market than we did in 2017 with who's holding tokens. And it's institutions, it's governments, it's banks, it's hedge funds, it's pension funds, it's everybody, really, really, really rich people. It's crazy, the types of people. And every single day, I've talked to several OTC desks who are selling, tens of millions or billions of dollars in monthly volume of BTC. And I ask them, I say, like, what do you, and they don't know for sure, but they're just guessing at this point. But like, I asked them, I said, what do you, you talk to your customers, you kind of know what kind of people they are. Like, how many percentage of them do you think are like diamond hands who are buying Bitcoin to hold them for the long run? And I think the answer is somewhere between 5% to 10%. And so you think about the daily volume of Bitcoin and actually, well, we don't even know what it is because it's OTC. So we have no idea, but I imagine there's billions of dollars a day in OTC volume, and about 5% of that maybe is being removed from circulation into diamond hands that are not selling for the next 15 years. So circulating supply is going to be dwindling, coming off of the exchanges, off of markets, and we're seeing now all this massive institutional adoption. I think into 2021 we saw a market cycle, right? We had a bull market in quarter one.
That's right.
We went into bear market in May. It was a very clear bear market, there was no bullishness until a few months ago, and now we're back in a bull market. And I think that like, and we're higher in this bull market than we were in quarter 1. And so I think that we're entering into a super cycle, but it's going to have pullbacks along the way. Like everything has been very healthy growth. Like in December 2017, we saw day after day, week after week, 20, 30, 40%, 50%, even 100% sometimes in appreciation in altcoins. And like, I haven't seen anything like that so far. Yeah, you get some days where you get a 2, or some weeks where one project pumps 300%, but that's because it was sitting at like a $1 million market cap or something like that. So, and they got some traction or something like that. And so you see these kind of growth, but like in the medium caps, you're not seeing this kind of parabolic growth yet. It seems very healthy to me. And I think that we're definitely in super cycle territory. There's people are smart, they're onboarded, like every single day, new people are coming in, and BTC leads the market. So if BTC remains strong, altcoins are going to remain strong. And from a macro perspective, why would people sell their crypto for fiat? It makes no sense to me. And there's actually not really many other smart investments out there that are going to hold your value. I mean, real estate is overinflated. No one can buy a house because it's all too expensive. Like that can't be sustainable. The economy, underlying economy is actually not doing so well, but that's just going to keep the Fed printing money, which means that the dollar is going to, actually all fiat will be inflated. So if you're a smart investor, that's who's holding crypto right now, at least certainly Bitcoin and blue chips.
Now,
they're just going to keep buying it. And like, we all know Michael Saylor is not going to stop. We all know that more and more executives are going to keep buying it. More and more balance sheets are going to start holding it. It's a responsible thing to do. Everybody like Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan and all these guys have already come out with reports, their money managers saying, guys, you need to tell your investors that they need to hold 1 to 5% of their portfolio in crypto as a hedge against inflation. Like everybody's already told that to people, and it's happening every single day. So it's hard for me to imagine a world where we see like a 60 to 85% correction and then we stay in bear market for a while. The only exception to this, in my opinion, is if we were to mint like a central bank digital dollar. And that was the time when the Fed decided, let's let the markets crash,
like China,
destroy everything, and then come in and say, guys, we have the solution. We have central bank digital dollar. It's going to save everything. Let's reset the balance sheet. We have no debt for anybody. Start from square one, blah, blah, blah. Like that, and that, in my opinion, that would crash markets. But the United States is nowhere near having a central bank digital dollar.
So,
right?
That all makes sense to us, and I agree with you completely. For me, the majority of my wealth over the last 7-8 years has been made in crypto, right? And so and I'm still, I would say the majority of my investments are definitely in crypto. I have a number of real estate investments and some other things, but I'm all crypto, right? We're full-time crypto over here, but I still have to take, to pay for some of these things, to live and eat sometimes and do certain things and pay some financing and mortgages, blah, 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 blah. If you're full-time crypto, you still have to exchange crypto for fiat at some point in the real world, at least in my life. How are you able to live your life without? Like, are you utilizing crypto to live your life?
Yeah, I have like, I don't know how much money I have in equity, but I guess it's quite a fair amount. I've invested in, Coinbase and Kraken and Ripple and Abra and Circle, Finex and blah, blah, blah. So I imagine the equity is pretty strong, but I don't know because I just don't pay attention to it. And it's kind of when I was an earlier investor in 2015. And so I was making, smaller investments and, $25,000 here, 50K there, 10 here, whatever. And equity just doesn't really move as much as crypto does. With that being said, all of my assets, except for crypto land now is in crypto or crypto related equity. So if crypto ended up going to zero tomorrow, I would be a bum.
But how do you eat? How do you eat? Like, are you buying your food in crypto, or?
No, so I have to like in Thailand. You can send USDT to an exchange and they can deposit Thai baht into your bank account. So it's very easy for me to do it. It costs almost nothing. It's instantaneous. When I was in Dubai for the last month, everyone does OTC there. Super easy. You just call up a guy. He comes to your hotel, brings you cash. You just send him some USDT. It's an easy process. But I still need to trade my crypto
It's
out.
funny how OTC feels like a drug deal almost, because we do that here too. It's like, hey, can I get the 50K? Can you drop the bag? And we're sending in, we're trying to tell the bank something else so that they don't flag us. It is funny. I do hope that I see elements of crypto moving into the real world at exponential growth. We can start to buy real estate now with crypto. We're going to talk about crypto land and some of the other types of things. We are seeing it, and I know there's a number of crypto to fiat cards. Crypto.com has one. There's Binance has theirs, and there's a bunch of them. So we are starting to integrate. I hope we get there sooner than later, because doing the OTC sucks. It's easy enough, but I hate that feeling that we're doing something wrong. I want to be able to just use crypto.
All right, let's talk about, because Kyle mentioned it, and I want to
He
hear
did.
more about this cryptoland.is. This is one of the latest projects that Kyle is involved in, but this is not just your typical crypto project. This is a real island on Earth. This island is on Earth, and it's just going to be like fantasy island for crypto lovers. This thing sounds amazing. Kyle, can you tell us more about CryptoLand, what this is, how you got involved? We need to know more about this, Marvin and I, because this looks like paradise.
Yeah. So, I'll try to run through it as quickly as possible. I guess it's important to hear the backstory. So, I've been in crypto since 2012. I try to tell friends and family and everything about it. Since then, nobody wanted to hear it, right? So when you're that passionate about a topic, and then when they start building in the blockchain space and telling everybody, and nobody, you feel isolated. And so then the only kind of connection you can have to other people that are passionate about crypto is on the online community. And in 2018, the beginning of the year, I went to a crypto conference and surrounded myself with like-minded individuals, and it felt like family instantly. It felt like I was at home. And so there was this longing inside of me to be surrounded physically by crypto people. And so I actually just never went back to the States at that point and just started doing the conference circuit. I was at a different crypto conference every single week, always somewhere around the world. And I loved being in that environment. It became exhausting and expensive after a while. And I figured it would be great if I can create a place like that on Earth. So I did. In Thailand, in Koh Phangan, I actually acquired a resort there, shut it down to the public, invited a bunch of crypto entrepreneurs, and ran that as a crypto community for 7 months. And I had all kinds of really cool people there. Didi from Bitcoin Family and Tone Vase, and a bunch of other people came. And so it's been pretty public that I've been trying to do something like this for a while. And then one day, about 7 months ago, I got a Telegram message from a guy named Max, and he's like, "Kyle, I saw a video on House of DAO, which is what we're calling it. You have to check out this video that we made." And they explained kind of what he was doing. I watched this video, and it kind of felt like I was being punked or something, because the video was incredible. It's like 3D, high quality animation, something that I know would take Disney Pixar a while to animate. And it was the coolest video ever, because it was just there's so much, if you've been in crypto for a while, and there's so much nostalgia in there. It talks about Mt. Gox, and it talks about, all these different scams like Carlos from BitConnect, and just all of these things that we've been through together as a community. That's all there in the video, used as jokes, used as culture, but it's actually going to be, at CryptoLand, all the stuff in the video is exactly how they vision the real island being. And so I watched a video,
Crypto
went and showed it to Jessica.
I'm on my way to CryptoLand, the #1
Sorry
crypto
about-
destination.
It's okay.
Keep going.
Yeah, so I went and showed my girlfriend Jessica, who's got the same vision as me, and we were just blown away. And then you can, on their old website, which I'm trying to get them to put up because I like it better than the new website. There's actually the story of Max and Helena, their kind of background and what they've been doing, right? And so they basically knew that their vision was so wild and so big that you just can't explain it to anybody. So the only way they could really portray what they wanted to do was make this video that you're watching. And it really paints a picture of exactly what they're going to build. And the architecture or the shape of the island is actually the real island they've identified and already have a purchase agreement. They've already done the architectural plans. They've already done the environmental impact studies. They've already done the master plan for the government of Fiji that's been approved. So they have like a data room that has all the documentation anyone would want to see to make sure the second that they get the funds that they need, it's go time to build this thing. So it's the real deal. And so, you know, I was on the first call with them. I could tell these guys were going to be our best friends. And I was like, you guys should come to Thailand. They were like, okay, the next week they were in Thailand.
Wow.
And we spent a lot of time together imagining how do we raise this much money? You know, they need to raise $100 million really to make this thing epic. And we came up with the idea of let's the best way to build a community that's very engaged, very loyal is really through NFTs. And we've all loved NFTs for a while anyway. And these guys do incredible art. And so they started creating the CryptoLander NFT line. And right now, by the way, anyone who's watching this, you guys can go, first of all, if you have a Bored Ape, if you have a Bored Ape, if you've got a Fidenza, if you've got a CryptoPunk, if you've got, I think they're going to whitelist soon the Doge Pound. These are ways that you're already on the whitelist. If you just go to the website and hit mint, it'll check your ERC20 address. And if you might have already been whitelisted. So they're giving these away for free. There's zero mint cost. Another way to get one for free is basically going to their Twitter, retweeting the video that's pinned to their tweet and following a Gleam campaign. So it's just following them, like sharing whatever the Gleam campaign rules are. This is the blockchain hills that you're seeing right here. So basically, the way that they plan to raise the money is on the island is shaped goes up and then has a ridge across, a big long ridge right here. That's the ridge on top that you see. And they're going to sell 60 parcels of land here on top. They're 1 acre each, and they're selling them as unique, called King CryptoLander NFTs. So they're unique, one by one, handmade 1 by 1 to ultra rare NFTs. That entitles you to actually own a piece of land there. And the land in Fiji is freehold. So when you buy this NFT, you actually buy the land, the rights to the land. That's one thing. So of course, I think, the strategy here is building the community first, which is why you guys should all go and claim your free CryptoLander NFT. Not only and it's so amazing. They have, I think this week, any day now, maybe today already, I'm not sure, they're releasing the master guide. And you will see how much thought was put into this NFT line. Like everything ties into crypto. So whether it's like an orange pill, or it's got like the WAGMI hat, we're all going to make it, or they got the Jason going parabolic shades on, or whether he's got like, whatever. Like there's one King Crypto under that just, he's going like this. It's probably nothing. They've got like King of Blockchain Hills. The one I bought was the King of Kings. And there's a master guide they're releasing soon. And you can see how much thought went into the entire NFT collection. It's insane. And in the video, when you watch it, you'll see like even everything's so creative. So when they go to the restaurant here, the menu is called the order book. Like how clever is that, right?
Brilliant.
And then on the menu, there's things like the 10K pizza, the Flash Crash soda, the $1 milkshake. Like, like for drinks, it's liquidity.
That's cool.
For
Yeah, very cool.
Rat poison, all is like, and then everything in this video. So it just ties back into crypto culture to the max. And so what this is, it's going to be the coolest place in the world to be if you're in crypto, if you're in blockchain. NFTs are all about flexing, right? And like, so people who want to, really flex, this is going to be definitely the coolest place in the world to be if you're in crypto. There's also going to be a metaverse version of this where more people can participate, because this will be a fairly high barrier to entry to actually come here. But
yeah, so can we just talk about logistics a sec here? Because I'm looking at the map. It looks like there are 60 plots. You own one already. I think I watched in one of your videos, and you just mentioned now.
I think I'm following.
You've got one. How many of these 60 are sold? How many are left right now?
Mine is the one on the left side that's darkened out.
The one here. You got the best. Yeah. You got an amazing
cream of the
here.
crop.
But they all. I mean, there's only 60 of them. So, and it's an island. So all of them look like they're amazing.
Yeah, well, what's nice about like the thing I'm missing, which if you get one on the top of the ridge, mine's a little bit sunken down in the front. The ones on top, the whole ridge, you get east and west facing. So you're getting sunrise and sunset. And sometimes sunrise is more beautiful than sunset. So,
right.
that is really nice about the rig.
And what I liked
all of
about
them-
this, because I was watching also on your video, and this I thought was a really cool idea. So every time one of these sells, the price goes up, right? So the early adopters are going to get in at the lowest cost. I think that's such a cool idea. And then the last 10 of these will be auctioned off. So really there's 50 for sale, and then there'll be 10 auctioned off. And so the earlier you get in on these, then the better the price. What is the starting price? Do we know what the starting price is?
It's 1.5 million.
That's nothing. Marv, that's not. I found that
I
in
know,
Marvin's
I know.
couch last night.
Hey, you leave my money alone. You get their little dirty hands off my money. I wonder, are they thinking about any fractionalized ownership of any of these for people, so that an NFT's fractional ownership is becoming something.
Or once someone buys one, like if Marv and I buy one, could we fractionalize it and sell pieces to others, or rent them out? Is it like?
So what happens after? So if you look at My King CryptoLander, there's a little golden seal on the top left-hand corner, and basically that represents my right to claim a deed. So so once you guys go and actually claim your deed, which you guys could definitely both put your name on the deed as 50-50 ownerships of the property. That's all it takes, because of course you have to register your ownership with the government of Fiji. So
Sure.
So yeah, you could do it in that way if you wanted to. If you did it as an investment, like I think this might be a smart move for syndicates or something like that to come in and buy some as an investment strategy.
Or DAOs, we're seeing all these DAOs, like these NFT collections are all DAOs. Like what if they bought one? That'd be awesome.
WATW should be buying one of these.
Yeah, I agree. But big question here though, Kyle, I got to know, is number 2 available, your next door neighbor? I don't think you want Marv and I as your neighbors though.
I'd love to be your neighbor.
Available,
I'm going to buy that.
That could be trouble. Your property value is going down if Marv moves in next door.
Yeah, no, number 2 is actually an amazing piece too. It sits above mine in the back
Oh,
side.
nice.
Elevated up, so you still have full views. It's not obstructed. You still have the north-facing view as well, and a bit of the east-facing view.
I hope you don't mind a nudist colony next to your house there.
Oh God, Marv, keep your clothes on, man. Jeez. Dude, this
That's
is
exciting.
awesome.
I love that.
Cryptoland.is, guys. Check it out. I know like some of you probably can't afford the 1.5 million. Guys, use this as a goal. Put this in, what do the kids call it? The vision board or whatever. They cut out photos and they look at them all day long.
To be honest, Melt, if they've been paying attention to the channel for the last year, they should be able to afford this.
They should be able to afford it.
But also, if you can't afford it, go mint a free NFT, and then they're going to introduce an ERC20 token that has a deflationary model. You can like one of the things that we have in mind is that if you get in early, like now, you have your CryptoLander NFT and you just hold it. Theoretically, you could probably pay for like a 2-week stay, 3-week stay with your tokens, your CryptoLander tokens that you've gotten for free.
Amazing. So there is going to be like a resort or something, a hotel or something on there for
the houses being rented.
Yeah, so in the front you see these are all overwater bungalows like you would see in like Tahiti or something like that here. And then there's also bungalows on the mountainside right in front of the villas. There's also bungalows on the left, like villas. In here as well. So it is definitely a resort as well.
Awesome.
That's
this is
amazing.
So cool.
Kyle, when you claimed your deed, do you have to get a lawyer involved in like your standard real estate deal?
I would probably I would suggest that probably people do have someone review it.
Yeah.
I trust these. I know these guys for 7 months. They're such a good, like, they're so adamant about making this. Like, they only minted. First of all, they didn't keep any of the land on top for themselves. They also only minted one NFT each at random. So they didn't keep any for themselves other than one. They didn't keep the land for themselves. And they're not doing this to make money. So I know they're very, 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 very extremely honest. But of course, any type of deal that involves something like this,
of course,
you get your own attorney involved.
How do Marvin Milton? How does Marvin how do we get one of those gold-plated crypto? Is that like the crypto walk of fame that's going to be there?
Yeah,
we saw Satoshi. That's awesome.
So there'll be a DAO, of course. If you're holding a CryptoLander NFT, you also get access to the Vladimir Club, which is going to be a club up in the blockchain hills that only CryptoLander NFT holders can have access to. Also have DAO voting powers. You'll also be voting for the Walk of Fame. So
that's awesome.
Anyone that's been really really like a Hal Finney or Stoshi or
Gavin Wood.
Gavin Wood. yeah, for sure. Like, so, this will all be voted in by community who gets their coin on the Walk of Fame.
That's awesome. Well, cryptoland.is, guys, check it out. It's such a cool project. Marvin and we're hooked on this thing. This thing looks so cool. All right, Kyle. Well, before we let you go, we got to go degen again. We got to talk some more altcoins. We got to talk NFTs too. Because tell us about your journey here with Bored Ape Yacht Club. Tell us a little bit about that, because I think you got a video coming out later today that is going to go in depth on this.
Yeah, so I have a video that I'm posting probably, I don't know if it's live already or maybe within half an hour or something. But basically, a few days ago, I thought what would be really cool is if I owned an original Bored Ape, the M1 and the M2 mutant versions of that Bored Ape. And so, there it is. And so I looked for a long time on what ape I was going to purchase, and what you could do is you can look at, like, first of all, find an ape that you like, and then you have to go to the mutant ape website and basically look to find which apes haven't been mutated yet with both M1 and M2 serums. And so it's a lot of research, to find one that kind of fits within your budget, that you like the aesthetics of it, because this is not something that I plan on flipping or selling anytime soon. And so in this video that I'm releasing tonight, I'll go into the entire details of the whole process that was being filmed while I was researching, show you the research I do, show you the actual mutation process, because a lot of people have never seen that before. Also, it's not obvious how to tell if a mutant has been, or if an ape has been mutated or not. So I just did that. And then right before the show, it's like I said, I had one identified, another epic one that I really wanted, and someone just bought it right before the show started. I'm a little bummed about that. But yeah, anyway, with apes, like, I've got friends like MM Crypto and Crypto Mo and stuff like that are buying punks. And while punks are going to be probably an epic store of value, there's the community of the apes is insane, right? You just saw Timbaland talk about it the other day, how they're making like a record label around it.
Jimmy Fallon got one.
Yeah, and then today you had who was it? One of these, what? Yeah, Post Malone got one. He put it on his so he's got 6 million,
wow,
on Twitter followers. So it's been going crazy. I think it was on the cover of Rolling Stone.
Yeah, it was.
So it's insane. But yeah, so I think that this is like the community, and Bored Apes has an insane roadmap. And actually, the CryptoLand put out an offer to Bored Apes saying that they would build the Bored Ape Yacht Club for free on CryptoLand if they were open to a collaboration. So
wow.
We'll see if that.
Oh, wow, cool.
So is this your go-to right now? Obviously, you're focused on the Bored Apes. I don't see why not. I love the Bored Apes, as people know. I've been investing.
What's your new project? Can you shill us a project that hasn't minted yet that you got your eye on that you think could be another amazing top NFT project on any chain? Are you into the Solana ones at all? Because we're kind of mostly in Solana now, just because of the gas fees and stuff.
I have some, but to be honest with you, like. I have one guy I've hired to do NFT research for me, and it takes a lot of time, and I don't know if it's actually worth because you guys know, like, 99.9% of these NFT projects will fail.
Yeah, absolutely.
100%. Yeah.
So I've basically, I just don't make enough money with NFTs as far as like even flipping them or spending the time on it. So I've been kind of I was in it for a while. It was exciting, doing mints and blah blah blah. But like it just wasn't lucrative enough for me to actually take the time to go.
It's also a full-time job as well. Like it's really tough.
We definitely, for us, like in terms of certainly investing, the crypto side, that's where the money is. That's where our big investments are. And we're having a lot of fun with the NFTs, and ultimately a couple of them have done well for us, but we haven't made we haven't made that much money like you. But we talk to our audience. We say, look, this is just more like fun. And like you said, 99% are going to fail. But Marv has one that he loves.
This is my absolute most excited coming soon stealth mode NFT on Solana, because on Solana it's been hard because it's been full of crap. There's like you said, 99% of them are going to fail, but it's also hard to find the projects that we feel are actually going to stand out, that have that Bored Ape sort of not just art, but the actual team behind them and the roadmap and so forth. Obviously, this is WATW. We are the Walrus. These guys have been doing some amazing, amazing things.
Marv's a huge Beatles guy. I'm staying at his house, and he's listening to the Beatles every morning because of this project. This We Are the Walrus
I'm getting
project.
into it. I'm getting behind it.
I do like the Beatles theme. Anyway, you should definitely have your NFT guy check out We Are the Walrus. We're big fans of it, and they haven't announced their mint date yet, have they? Marv's
no,
obsessed.
I think it's later
Marv
this
is
month.
obsessed with it. I wake up and
Whatever,
he's listening
listen.
to the Beatles, and he's got his We Are the Walrus website out that he's drooling over.
In fairness, Kyle, I've got my Bored Apes. I've got most of my ETH stuff. Me and my buddy has 9 punks, and I'm invested in a few. I'm now on the Solana stuff, but I'm looking for the future of Solana NFTs. Not, I'm trying to filter through 90% of the crap. And WATW has everything that I like on the ETH, on those prime sort of blue chip ETHs, and I see it coming into Solana. So
all right,
anyway,
I want to shill then. This is my turn to shill. I'm going to shill Kyle here because this is my, and every crypto-wiser watching is they probably know what I'm going to talk about. I did a full video on this. This is a small cap gem, Kyle, and we're not a big enough channel to get this one going. So we need the bigwigs to start looking at this project because I've been doing a bunch of research on it. I love this one. It's called Elixir Finance. Have you heard of Elixir Finance yet?
No.
Okay, good. I put it on your radar. That's all. Okay, so get your crack team of researchers to look at this one because this is it's concentrated liquidity automation. So you know how Uniswap version 3, it's concentrated liquidity. Sushi's moving there. All the dexes are moving to concentrated liquidity. Elixir. So there's a bunch of these projects out there. There's Visor. There's Pilot, and the biggest one is Popsicle Finance, ICE. So Popsicle Finance, their market cap is 274 million right now, and then you've got Pilot and Visor. Both their market caps are in the 60 million range. Lix's market cap is 11 million, and I think it's the best one out of the 4 or whatever. So this is my small cap right now that I'm shilling. 11 million market cap. And it's got an amazing working product. So get your researchers to check it out and tell us what you think about it. Yeah, tell us what you think about it, but tell them that this was a Milty. Milton, this is a Milton.
Milt he wants all the credit for it.
Before we let you go, Kyle, because you've been so generous with your time here, and I know that our audience is really appreciative. Any last small caps that you want to shill us? What's your favorite small cap right now that you haven't mentioned that you think
he's mentioned a lot of great?
I know he's done some great ones. I hope people were taking notes.
Well, I think the project that I've known since 2017. That I think is I just know that they've been building the whole time and not really focused on fluff marketing. And I know that they have some huge, massive news about real use case with one of the biggest influencers in the world is Split. Split is been doing NFT technology for a long time, but not in art world, but for like authenticity of goods. And they've been working on it for some of the longest. And I just know that like the guy was an entrepreneur, like 40 under 40. Tokens sitting at about
4 million.
3x from I mean they have been doing the marketing, but like
I love that. I love a tiny market cap like that. That's where the that's where the growth can happen.
Yeah, so I've gotten a lot of shit from my community for this because I promote it hard, but like I just know the team behind it and the CEO, and I know the partnership that's coming up in this month that should really put it in front of tens of millions of eyeballs, and so. That's my low cap gem for you guys.
Great. Split. I like it. I'm gonna have to take a look at that.
Ticker on that one is ShopX. Yeah, it's one of those projects. Yeah, we've had the same kind of issues sometimes where we'll research a project, we love it. It comes out in like a bull frenzy and it goes crazy and then it dumps with the market and we're like, well, what I think of the project hasn't changed. And so the timing of when you can get in on these things is everything at the same time. So if you can get now looking at ShopX, it's, the timing on it looks like it's a great timing to look at it. Anyway, Kyle, thank you so much, man. This was such a great conversation. Hopefully you'll come back again because we're just scratching the surface. There's too much to talk about.
I can't wait to be Kyle's neighbor at CryptoLand.
Uh-oh. I hope you gotta start building that big fence, Kyle. How high can that fence go? Because you don't want Marvin in your backyard every morning.
Love you guys. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Kyle. Take care, man.
To all of our CryptoWisers, thank you so much for joining us today. Do us a big favor and smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel and click on that little bell. We will be back very soon with some new content. Milt, as always, my friend, it's been fun.
See you tomorrow, Marv.